And then I'm going to give the floor to Festus to read the resolution prepared from the conference.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to read the conference resolution. And this is a resolution for all of us gathered here and also for all of us online. And this is resolution to His Excellency Fortune Charumbira, President of the African Union Pan-African Parliament, and Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from the Fair African Conference, Internationalization of the Health Data Space. And it's this day, 27th of August, 2024, here at Leiden Medical Center, Leiden University. So, as a preamble, we resolved and affirming that data ownership and sovereignty are of paramount importance, recognizing the need for African nations, institutions, and individuals to retain control and authority over their valuable data, thereby ensuring its protection, integrity, and use for the benefits of the continent. Considering the critical necessity of securing and maintaining data sovereignty across Africa to unlock the immense value of data, drive economic and social progress, and ensure that the wealth generated by data remains within Africa, contributing to regional development, innovation, and self-reliance. Stressing the imperative to strengthen policies of inclusion that bridge culture, religious, and political divides, ensuring that all individuals, including those living in poverty and persons with disabilities, participate fully while also fostering gender balance and diversity. Recognizing the importance of respecting cultural and religious diversity and the incorporation of traditional knowledge into digital decision-making processes, vocabularies, ontologies, ensuring that these principles are upheld in all aspects of digital participation. Acknowledging the need for data representation in AI and related fields to accurately reflect Africa's diverse cultures and realities, preventing biases and promoting fairness in digital technologies. Asserting that responsible AI depends fundamentally on the quality of data, requiring accurate, diverse, and ethically sourced information to ensure fairness, transparency, and reliability in AI systems. Now, in recognizing the importance of science and skills, recognizing the necessity of strengthening academic research and innovation excellence to accelerate collaboration in open science and advance the societal value of African academic institutions. Affirming that a well-developed health data space, coupled with strong commitment to public well-being, is central to advancing a healthy and equitable African society. Emphasizing that effective management of health data and prioritizing public health initiatives are crucial for improving health outcomes, promoting longevity, and ensuring equitable access to healthcare resources across the continent. Recognizing the significance of collaborating with African and international institutions to advance academic diplomacy and foster a culture of academic collaboration for the collective social benefit of Africa. Stressing the importance of building capacity at all levels, research, teaching, and applied skills to enhance data-driven solutions to challenges across all disciplines, including science, healthcare, and industry. and supporting the sharing of knowledge on federated learning techniques across disciplines and institutions while maintaining regulatory compliance and ethical standards in all areas. In system and architecture, acknowledging that the academic community in Africa has embraced the principles of findable, accessible, under well-defined conditions, of course, interoperable and reusable data, promoting these as part of a broader commitment to fair open science in alignment with global open science principles, emphasizing the importance of collaboration in the development of open data techniques for the creation, repository management, sharing interoperability and reuse of data while ensuring that the value of research data retain within African academic institutions. Recognizing the necessity of establishing common standards for data stewardship and curation grounded in open science principles to accelerate data science across all disciplines within Africa, and supporting the collaboration on federated distributed data space that enhances the value of data for African institutions and promote intracontinental collaboration. Stressing the significance of local data storage to enhance data sovereignty, improve control and security, and ensure compliance with African regional regulations while supporting the development of robust data management practices aligned with local priorities and safeguards. Acknowledging the engineering expertise and capacity present in the African continent, which compete at the highest levels worldwide, showcasing Africa's ability to contribute to global advancement in technology and innovation. Recognizing the innovative capacity of Africa to solve its own challenges with homegrown solutions that address the unique needs of the continent. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this assembly shall facilitate collaboration and exchanges among regional and national parliamentary bodies to enhance their capacity to foster data interoperability across borders in Africa, improving the integration and accessibility of data for policy, program oversight, budgetary matters, and legislative activities. 2, AU member states are encouraged to establish membership mechanisms for effective oversight, accountability in the engagement between the executive and legislative branches of government, as well as between parliaments and civil society, with a specific focus on data ownership and the promotion of common standards. 3, this assembly underlines the importance of taking proactive measures to maintain data sovereignty in Africa by establishing mechanisms that enhance local data storage and management. And finally, this assembly resolves to agree on a minimum standard that allows for maximum freedom of operation in data creation, reuse, and querying, while ensuring the entire process adheres to ethical compliance and safeguards data integrity. Thank you very much. We have the last one, sorry. And finally, quite a long read. Finally, relevant commitments with the Pan-African Parliament, including those on science, innovation, and transport, are encouraged to remain actively engaged in matters of data sovereignty, fair and open science, and to foster collaboration on shared standards and increase cross-border data sharing cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Festus. And so it is now my pleasure to announce in response to that pledge or that resolution that as LUMC and together with many of the partners who have spoken today, we will have a conference to take the measure of how far we have gone in May, 29 and 13 of May. And the conference is called 2025 Conference on Solid, Fair, Linked Data Spaces, and which will particularly put on the agenda the international collaboration on linked data spaces. So we hope to see all of you back and here at LUMC at that time. So with that, it is my distinct honor to give the floor to Honorable Minister Julia Duncan Cassell, who will speak on behalf of Madam Sirleaf here online.
I will try. And she's watching. Closing remarks from Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia, and a very close friend of Africa, and Madam Excellencies, the Pan-African Parliament, Excellency, Mr. President of the Pan-African Parliament, Vice Chancellor, other distinguished Chancellor and guests here, I am reading this statement on behalf of Madam Sirleaf. Distinguished Vice Chancellor, esteemed dignitaries, members of the Diplomatic Corps, board members of WONDA Africa, members of African University Network, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I stand before you today, I'm deeply inspired by the deliberation that have taken place during this conference. Allow me to share a personal reflections of my journey. My journey began as a scientist, driven by passion for discovery and understanding. However, my path eventually led me from the laboratories of science to the corridor of policy and into the realm of politics. Why, you might ask? As we heard from the esteemed Dean of Leiden University, Professor, earlier today, the pursuit of freedom and the pursuit of knowledge are interlinked. Word in war in most devastating form, stiffness, communication, silences, expressions, restrictions, movements, and throws society into chaos, where survival become the sole focus. In these black holes of conflict, we struggle for visibility, recognition, and existence. War is deeply intertwined with health and the fabric of healthy societies. It is considered that Ebola struck Liberia as the nation was emerging from the rages of civil war. War leaves society threatening on the edge of vulnerability, with institutions, weakness, and struggling to find the strength to save its people. Furthermore, war is inaccessibly connected to the issue of equality and quality. It determines whose voices are heard and whose are silenced, whose suffering is knowledgeable and who is hidden. War casts its shadow, creating black holes where the suffering of the most vulnerable goes unseen, often silencing the voices of women, girls, children, who would otherwise be powerful advocates. War systematically undermines everything that makes a society resilient. It targets healthcare, education, family, support structures, and social cohesion, with the deliberate intent of reducing society from one of coherence and pride of one shackles and display. This is why I chose to enter politics arena, to advocate for only truth, enduring the war, the power of voices, the necessity of visibility, and the imperative of ensuring that everyone is heard. The Ebola crisis in Liberia taught us a profound lesson. My health depends on your health. My knowledge depends on yours, and my freedom depends on yours. It is the serenity of knowledge, of care, and of building the support system that are essential in overcoming crises like the one we face in Liberia. The work you have accomplished during the FAIR Data Initiative is crucial because it translates these principles into context of the modern digital world, ensuring that voices are heard and presence is knowledge in the data area. Not only have you focused on these values, but you have also implemented them in some of the most challenging environments and circumstances, understanding the importance of building digital systems that enables everyone to have a voice and a presence. You have gone even further, incorporating experience, wisdom, and commitment to ownership, localization, and regulation for the common good. This is the new Africa that is emerging before our eyes. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the data stewards who have been certified. I applaud the efforts of the African University Network on Fair Open Science, including Liberia's Grand Bassa University, led by our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Reverend Hill. I commend the gender initiatives and I have undertaken to promote women's leadership. And I celebrate the collaborative spirit that has united people across places, countries, and continents in a shared vision of a new, ethical, and modern digital world. May you all be blessed as you continue this vital work, contributing to our society and fostering hope that efforts will help build a future that transcends war, a future where everyone is seen, heard, and cared for. It is my privilege to officially close this conference on Fair Data, Fair Africa, the internationalization of health data space. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister and Madam President. It's such a great honor to have you here at Leiden University. Then we'll now go to Witwatersrand, to the boardroom of the African Union Pan-African Parliament. To His Excellency, Fortune Charumbira. So it's wonderful to have you here. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Professor Mirjam. The professor I respect a lot for being a great worker, one of our greatest hard workers and organizers and the coordinators. Thank you for the floor. May I also salute Her Excellency, the former President of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I mean, not to know everybody currently in the meeting, but I'm aware there is the Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Mohammed Mpeza Mihigo, with the members of the African University Network on Fair Open Science. Other Vice Chancellors present and senior academic officials. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I should start by saying I was very, very keen to be in Leiden throughout the conference. Unfortunately, due to travel or logistical impediments, I couldn't make it. I could have only arrived today, which would not have made any much impact. Instead, I'm at the Pan-African Parliament office in South Africa, and I'm speaking from the boardroom at our parliamentary premises. I want to start off by saying today is a great day, and I present my speech with a deep sense of fulfillment, with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and optimism, because of the immense importance to the future of the African continent with regard to the matters that have been discussed and are still being discussed. The issues of data sovereignty in Africa and the role it plays in driving economic progress and ensuring our place in the global digital economy and it fosters academic collaboration across our nations. Indeed, this is a matter that is very dear to me personally, and as President of the Pan-African Parliament, because it resonates with the mandate of the Pan-African Parliament. We are all aware that this is a Parliament of the African Union. It's an organ of the African Union established in terms of the Constitutive Act and the protocols of the African Union. Article 3, 6, and 7 of the Pan-African Parliament Protocol enjoins the Pan-African Parliament to, and that's under 6, contribute to a more prosperous future for the peoples of Africa by promoting collective self-reliance and economic recovery. And also under 7, facilitate cooperation and development in Africa. We are also enjoined actually to coordinate the policies, programs, objectives of the African Union, and also coordinate regional economic communities, including regional parliaments and national parliaments, in the work they do in promoting development on the continent. And then we are also expected, in terms of the protocol, to provide a platform for citizens of the continent, of the African continent, to make a contribution to the issues of development of the continent. It is therefore befitting and appropriate that the Pan-African Parliament should be involved in these deliberations, as the concept of data sovereignty is integral to Africa's economic progress, self-reliance, and competitiveness on the global arena. What is data sovereignty? And I start by saying this is a pillar of Africa's independence. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the 21st century, the notion of sovereignty extends beyond our physical borders. It encompasses the digital realm, where information and data are the new currency of power. Data sovereignty, the principle that data generated in Africa should be governed by African institutions under African laws. And that stands as a crucial pillar of our independence and an abiding value of Pan-Africanism. It is not just about safeguarding our digital assets. It is about asserting our right to control the flow of information, to protect the privacy of our citizens, and to harness the full potential of our data for the betterment of our people. The data that flows throughout our networks, generated by citizens, our businesses, and our governments, is a valuable resource, one that must be protected and utilized in ways that benefit Africa. We must ensure that our data does not simply enrich others as so much of our resources have done, but it contributes to the prosperity and development for our continent. This is the essence of data sovereignty. The value of data for our economic progress. Data is the oil of the digital economy. It powers innovation, fuels entrepreneurship, and it drives economic growth. For Africa, the proper management and utilization of data represents an unprecedented opportunity to leapfrog traditional development models and position ourselves at the forefront of the global economy. By harnessing the power of data, we can drive efficiencies in agriculture, improving yields and ensuring food security. We can revolutionize our healthcare system, delivering better outcomes for our citizens. We can empower small and medium-sized enterprises, enabling them to compete on a global scale. And we can build smart cities that are more responsive to efficient and that are more sustainable. But to realize these benefits, we must ensure that data is not only collected, but also analyzed, shared, and used to inform decision-making. This is where the concept of fair data that is findable, is accessible, interpretable, and reusable becomes crucial. The fair data principles provide a framework that ensures data is not locked away in silos, but is available to those who need it, where they need it, and in a form that can be easily used. In the context of healthcare, this means that the data collected from patients in one part of Africa can be used to inform treatments and public health strategies in another, creating a continent-wide network of knowledge and expertise. The African health data space is therefore a visionary initiative that seeks to build this network. By creating a shared digital space where health data can be securely stored, accessed, and analyzed, we can improve the quality of health care across the continent and respond more effectively to pandemics and ensure that no African is left behind in the pursuit of health and well-being. I must commend our universities who are at the heart of this effort. The African University Network of Fair in Science is a groundbreaking collaboration that brings together institutions from across the continent to advance the principles of fair data and open space. This network is not only about sharing data, it's about sharing knowledge, expertise, and innovation. Through academic diplomacy, our universities are forging partnerships that transcend borders, bring together the best minds in Africa to tackle the challenges we face. They are creating a new generation of data stewards and scientists who are committed to the principles of openness, collaboration, and ethical data management. Academic diplomacy is a powerful tool for building bridges across our continent. It fosters collaboration between our universities, encourages the exchange of ideas, and promotes the development of solutions that are uniquely African. Throughout these partnerships, we can create a research environment that is not only world-class, but also deeply rooted in the needs and priorities of our continent and our people. By working together, our universities can lead the way in developing the standards, technologies, and policies that will shape the future of data in Africa. They can ensure that our data sovereignty is respected, that our data is used to drive economic progress, and that our citizens benefit from digital revolution. It should be remiss, it would be remiss of me to conclude my remarks without extending my deepest gratitude to Leiden University for graciously hosting this critical, important conference. Leiden University, renowned as the first university established in the Netherlands, is not just an institution of higher learning, it is a beacon of freedom and a passion of academic excellence. Founded in 1517 by William Orange, this university was born out of a commitment to liberty and intellectual freedom, a commitment that continues to resonate today. The city of Leiden itself, often called the city of freedom, stands as a symbol of resistance, courage, and the enduring power of knowledge. It is fitting that our discussions on data sovereignty and the future of Africa's digital economy are taking place here in a city that has long championed the values of freedom and innovation. As we navigate the complexities of digital age, the collaboration between Europe and Africa becomes more important than ever. Our continent shares a long history, and today we have the opportunity to forge a new partnership, one based on mutual respect, shared values, and a common vision for the future. Europe's expertise in technology research and governance can be complemented with Africa's dynamic growth, creativity, and determination to shape its own destiny. By working together, we can develop robust frameworks for data governance, foster innovation, ensure that the benefits of the digital economy are shared by all. Let us build on strong ties between our universities, government, and private sectors to create a future where Europe and Africa stand together as equals, driving progress and prosperity on both continents. In conclusion, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as we look to the future, let us be guided by the principles of data sovereignty and the immense value of our data. Let us embrace the opportunities that fair data and the Africa Health Data Space offer. Let us support the African University Network on Fair Open Science, and it builds the foundation of a new era of academic diplomacy in Africa. Together, we can ensure that Africa's data remains in Africa, that is used for the benefit of all Africans, and that it drives the economic progress and development that our continent so richly deserves. Let us seize this opportunity to build a future where Africa stands tall in the digital age, independent, prosperous, and united, with our friends in Europe standing by our side. I thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency. And it would have been so good to have you here, but we are expecting you for the conference in May 2025. Thank you so much for following today the proceedings and for closing today's conference. I thank everybody here. It has been a long day. Thank you so much, sir. And the greetings here from Leiden to everybody in the Pan-African Parliament. And thank you for your team, for all the support that they have given to make this possible, sir. So I think with that, we can now close this conference.